G'day guys, welcome back to Cooking with Chief. Today we're going to make a pork in hoisin sauce stir fry with some nice basmati rice. Relatively cheap to make, pretty simple, just need a handful of fresh ingredients, and let's get stuck into it. Let's go. Alright guys, well let's start. We'll start with what I call the hard vegetables, and that's your carrots and your onions. We'll place them in a separate bowl because they need to be cooked a little bit more than your, say, your mushrooms or your zucchinis as an example. So all we're going to do with these today is pretty much get this carrot. We'll just cut that end and cut them into strips like that. So we don't want them thick, don't want them thin, just nice, easy, simple pieces. So in with the bowl that goes. Next piece. And done. So all I'm pretty much doing here, as you can see, I'm caking one end, and then that's it. You've got this beautiful surface to work on. Now, whilst you're getting to that, turn that around, and now you've got an even better surface to hold on to there. So it's not rocket science, but it helps. It'll save your fingers. So anyway, carrots, done. Quite simple. Onions. You're thinking, why am I using 2 onions and I'm using spring onions as well? I love onions, but you know, it's up to you. You can just use 1 onion if you like. Okay, so pretty much, let's just give you an idea here. So we're looking at pieces that are going to end up like that. We don't want them too big. And again, see how I've turned that around? Quite easy. Most times I don't, but I'm just showing you another a way of managing it. Okay. Bang. So now, those items are out of the way. Let's get into all of these. Okay, the same thing again with these zucchinis. Look at that. Okay, that's what we're looking at. Just nice pieces, not too big, not too small. Get them done. And the last piece of that. Get them out of the way. Now, I've got some spring onion here from the garden. Same thing again. You think it's a lot of onion, but it ain't. Just adds to it and gives it an extra colour. So as you can see at the moment, we've got the orange in there with the carrots. We've got the greenery here with the spring onions and the zucchinis. I'll see if I can move them a bit. And my mushrooms that I washed earlier. People say you don't wash mushrooms. Yes, you can wash mushrooms. Just give them a quick hit over and just dry them with a paper towel. So the same thing again with these mushrooms. That's all we're looking at. Pieces like that, nice and simple. So we're throwing them back in that container for now, because that's probably the most delicate one of the lot that can be used at the end, or it can be cooked at the end. Now we're just about done with the veggies, and that's why I'm saying, you know, it's a quick feed, not hard. You know, you go out and buy this for 2 people, you know, you're $20 each. That's $40. You can do that yourself. So there's our mushrooms done. Okay, all we've got left is garlic. Let's just peel these 4 pieces. Same thing again, guys. This is just the way I do it. You can put 10 pieces of garlic. You can put 20. You can put none. All up to you. I'm just using what I've got at home and just giving you some ideas. So people who don't know what to cook or thinking, what am I going to make tomorrow night? Well, get on to Cooking with the Chief and have a look, and there might be an idea for you. And like I always say, just use what you got. You know, I had a comment. I had a comment the other day about my Mexican chili beef, and someone was going, "Oh, you don't put tomatoes in it. It's not a con carne. It's this. It's that. Da 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 da." Well, I replied and basically said, "Look, this is just my version of a Mexican chili beef, and that's all it is." And it's the same as with the chili. I didn't put any chili in it because my family that I feed don't like chili. I put it in separately for myself. And as I've explained in that video and a lot of other videos, all I'm doing is just using what I've got at home and making my own spin of certain recipes. Doesn't have to be the exact same thing. So if you see a certain recipe and you go, "Oh, hang on, that's not how you make it." Well, that's not how you make it if that's what you expect to buy if you go into a restaurant. But we're cooking at home, and like I said, use what you got. That way you're very rare going, or you're very rarely going to throw food out. It's as simple as A, B, C. So we've got our garlic ready to go. So that's out of the way. Now, I've got our pork. So let's pop that there for the time being. Cut these in pieces. Pop that there, pop that there, pop that there. Okay, so next. All I do is just butterfly them a bit, and same thing again. I'll give you an idea on what I'm looking at. like a finger. Let me just pop it on one of my fingers and you can see. Just 3/4 of your finger size. Not hard. And yes, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it. I'm using pork fillets. Find them very good to work with. Just a little bit of fat on those, which is fine. All good. I'll just turn that one in half. And that's it, just about. Our meat is ready. All I'm going to do in a moment, once I've done this, I'm just going to get a bit of corn flour. Pop a bit of corn flour on my pork, which I will do right now as we speak. So, pretty much, I've got some corn flour. Whoop! I've got some corn flour. I've made some corn flour all over the place. So I've just put a bit of corn flour, not a great deal. And all we're going to do with that is pretty much just mix that through our pork. Oh, that's okay. That's going to sit there. Now all I will do, I will wash my hands, and at this stage now I've got everything ready. I am going to put my rice in the microwave, like you've seen before in some videos. Rice goes in there, water about an inch or 25 mils above the rice, 12 minutes, take it out, add a little bit more water, about 10, 15 mils, stir it up a little bit, back in there for another 12 minutes, and your rice is perfect. Perfect rice all the time, ready to go. So by time, excuse me, so by the time I've put the rice in, I'll get all this going, and we'll probably have to wait a couple of minutes for the rice at the end. That's how quick this is. So anyway, just bear with me. I'll just go and wash my hands and get this rice going. All right, guys, so that's the rice. Like I said, just enough to cover it by about that much, or the size of my thumb, the thickness, as long as it's covered. What I first done, I actually just gave it a rinse, which, like I said, you'll see it in my other videos. So now, 12 minutes in the microwave, take it out, a little bit more water, stir it up. Not as much as what I've got in now, just enough to cover it at that stage. And back in for 12 minutes. So within 24 minutes, you got your rice and you don't have to do anything. And it's perfect, guaranteed all the time. All right, so in with the rice. All right, so rice is in the mic. We've got the wok on. They'll heat up nicely. Okay, just spray this with a little bit of oil. We'll get our meat. So what we're going to do first, let's part cook our meat, and once we've got that done, then we're ready to move on with the vegetables. Well, as we speak, we've got That's starting to smoke. I've got the rice ready for the second half. Now just be careful, guys, when you're handling the rice in the microwave. Make sure you've got a tea towel. So that's pretty much what we're looking at this stage. Right, so all that water is absorbed, the rice is doubled in size plus. So all I'm going to do that's what I mean about just covering it. So that goes back in again for another 12 minutes. All right, so that's going. Next, let's get this meat in. Get that going. Keep that there for 2 seconds. That's ready to go. All right, next. Next we'll brown off or cook these onions and the carrots. All right, our pork is ready. Like I said, we don't want to cook them all the way through because they're going to be added back. So let's get them out. All right, they're done. Now, just a little bit more oil. In with the carrots and onions. Already taking on a little bit of that char. Just a little bit more oil. That won't be long. Right, let's just toss them around. and coming on nice and fine. So what I'll do at this stage, oops, with the camera, I'll get the zucchinis in. And toss them through as well. Let's get a bit of heat going through them. I'll just check up on that rice. So we've got 7 minutes left on the rice, guys, so that's not going to take long at this stage. Alright, let's get in with the spring onions. You can go in too. And let's go in with the garlic. Just toss them all through, nice. The smell is sensational. Okay, last ingredient, mushrooms. Done. And again, guys, not necessarily what I've got here is what you need to do, just whatever you've got in the fridge. If you haven't got mushrooms but you've got cauliflower, put cauliflower in there. If you want to use cabbage, if you've got cabbage, use cabbage. If you haven't got zucchinis but you've got broccoli, put broccoli. It's just a matter of what vegetables you've got and utilise what you've got left. Alright, so next, at this stage we are going to put in, whoop, there goes the lid. Fish sauce. Just about a teaspoon. Just a splash of soy sauce. Splash of sesame seed oil. Bring that all around. The smells is amazing. So at this stage we can add back our pork. Stir that back in. And that's another thing, guys, that I forgot to mention. I'm making enough food here for 4 people. So there's 4 serves with rice, and there's plenty, so there's a good size serving. Pork fillet, veggies, some of the sort. Let's be conservative and let's just go at $20. So for 4 people, you're looking at $5, and that's at the top end. So it's probably not even that much, but let's just go at $5 a serve. So quick and easy. By the time you got on the phone, ordered some Chinese food as an example, and you're waiting for it, well, you could have cooked your own in a great time. Okay, only one last thing to do is we'll grab a spoon, in with the Hoisin sauce. Now the Hoisin sauce is pretty rich, but we'll use two, whoop, there we go, 3 decent teaspoons of Hoisin sauce. Now again guys, like I was saying before, with the cornstarch, corn flour, whatever you want to call it, that I had put on the meat, that's helped thicken up this sauce. Now at this stage all I want to do is taste this. Okay, there's enough salt in there from the fish sauce and the soy sauce, so that should be fine. That's pretty much ready. Beautiful, looking fantastic. All right, that's done. I think I've got about a minute, 45 seconds. 45 seconds for the rice, so pretty much timing is perfect. And I'll turn that off. And it's time to dish up. Alright everyone, well thanks for watching another episode of Cooking with the Chief. I hope you enjoyed that. Like I said, feeds 4 people, maybe $20, so $5 per head at the most, tops. But anyway, thanks for coming on board. Hopefully we'll see you in the next video, and remember, if you like what you see, please subscribe and share, and we'll see you next time. Thanks guys.